term for it. It's called ghost camping.
I recently made a video about this and I put it on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook.
Basically what's been happening, and this is something that we saw when we were traveling as well, is that people book the sites and then they just don't show up.
And some of the reactions I got were actually mind-blowing. I had no idea that some of these conspiracy theories were running around, and what some stories I have heard, like crazy.
Yes, it's interesting the comments that I've got and some of the theories. One of them is like this, where Mark has suggested that maybe someone's booked a site and then they've booked 3 sites around them, so they've got no neighbours. There's been other ones that I've seen as well where people have said they reckon it's the locals not wanting tourists to come.
Theories that just would not have even crossed my mind because I just didn't think people could be so rude. Someone had said as well that on Bribie Island, that apparently there was a thing going around that a lot of the locals who lived there would actually book all the sites over the holiday periods so they wouldn't have all the tourists come. But then someone else said, no, it's definitely not the locals because less visitors in peak season means that local businesses struggle. So they're relying on the extra trade, and lots of local in South Gippsland are frustrated because we can't even get campsites ourselves and utilise our own local areas. So they're obviously having that trouble as well, where it's not the locals. They're saying Gippsland, it's not the locals because they want to camp and they can't even get campsites. So they're obviously having that trouble there as well. And then another person said on that thread, local rural people love visitors and they love working in tourism. In these places, they don't want to see them losing business. Of course, in small little towns, everyone does know each other and they're really disappointed if it's a quiet season. Another one said, it's not the locals, it's the activists. And this is where the theories start to go a little bit insane. Not really insane, but something that I never even thought of. It's probably the government who's booking them out. Here's another lady who said, we had to do this recently. We paid for a site in the national park and there was no option to cancel. It was so annoying. I didn't care about the money, but I wanted to free up the camp for someone else, which is great. It's funny that they don't allow that. No, along the Ningaloo, you could cancel, but they wouldn't give you a refund anyway. So people would just not worry about it.